Welcome to the 544 Port Podcast. We're your hosts.
I'm Bill Isber.
And I'm Justin Libator. He's the 5, I'm the 44, coming to you each week on Fridays. So, Bill, after last week's episode, anything major to catch up on before we have our guests hop on tonight?
Not too much for me this weekend. I met with a friend who lives in Baltimore, and I'm going to be presiding over his wedding. So I get to meet his fiance for the first time and got to hang out with them for a little bit and got to organize their prenuptial agreement a little bit. And
was that here, or did you travel to Baltimore for that?
We kind of met, I don't want to say halfway, but we met up by Seven Springs.
All right, nice.
A little over an hour for us, about 2 hours for them.
Yeah, okay.
It was a nice happy medium. Out of the Fire Cafe, very good food.
Out of the Fire.
We've been there several times. Very good. Highly recommend.
Is that like actual in Seven Springs, or is that just somewhere around?
Like 5 minutes outside.
Okay.
It's not actually on Seven Springs proper, but it's right outside, and it's pretty close.
So, and you said, so you're going to marry them. So you're ordained. You're an ordained. So you're like Rabbi Isber, Mother Isber. What do you go?
I stick with Pastor.
Pastor Isber?
Yeah, I think I just picked one. I don't know what the correct one is, but that's what I'm going with.
That sounds best. Like, yeah,
I feel like I was like and I know no offense to any pastors, but I think that was like a lower ranking one. So
yeah, you felt good with that.
Yeah, I think, and I apologize if you're like higher ranking or that insults you. I'm not trying to do that. I just thought that was in
one of the hierarchy of like Cardinal.
I think Bishop was out.
Bishop, yeah. I don't think Bishop. That was a little bit. Pope Isber probably. I agree.
Pope was a little high.
I couldn't go with that.
Yes, so I tried to scale back, and I think Pastor is where I ended up.
Pastor Isber, I like it.
So that's where I'm going with. But
how many is this going to be for you?
It'll be my 7th one.
7th. Wow, you're almost reaching a tough mutter status. I mean, you might pass that up.
Probably. My tough mutters are numbered. I'm probably down to 3 or 4 of those left in me.
Sure.
Yeah. How about you? What'd you get into this weekend?
So my son turned 17 like August 30th, and we've just been so busy we haven't been able to go out and do our family dinner. So we did that this weekend. We went out we talked last week about the Blackstone, the hibachi. So we actually went and saw a professional we did a hibachi at
probably no different.
What's that?
Probably no different.
Yeah, I mean, I was like looking at my kid, I'm like, I do that. Come on, like, we just paid $150 for this. I could have been doing this. So, but yeah, we went to Saga out in Robinson. I feel like I like that one the most. Like, there's a lot around, but when you go to Saga, you get like the fried rice and the noodles. You don't have to pick either or. You get the salad and the soup. Like, it's the most. I think you get the most food for the buck. So
that's my wife's favorite. She loves the Saga.
Yeah. When you go, you steak, chicken. What do you get when you go out? So
I'm usually chicken. Honestly, are you surf and turf kind of guy? I feel like.
Well, they also give you like the free shrimp. So like, I don't order the shrimp because they're giving you 2 and Savannah doesn't eat hers. So I kind of make out. So I stick with it. So I used to go combo chicken and filet, but then I realized like you're getting like smaller portion of it. And I like the steak more. So I've just been getting the filet just so I get once again, more for the money. I'm all about
maximum amount of food, especially.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So did that. I think that was Saturday. And then Sunday, missed the Steeler game with watching a little bit on the phone, but we went down to the Pitt women's volleyball. They're number 1 in the nation right now. So shout out to Pitt women's volleyball. They played Marquette University.
Not Tony
Marquette. No, he didn't take them on 1-on-5. No, not Tony.
Good.
That would have been fun to watch. I probably would pay to watch that too.
Yes.
But it's crazy. Like, so they're number 1 in the nation. They have not lost a set yet. Like, so not even Not. I mean, they're 9-0, number 1 team in the nation, but they haven't lost 1 set. So they win 3-0 every one they've played.
That's amazing. They played, I think, number 3 Penn State last week, and then lose a set.
Yeah, that was like a big sellout at the Pete. So now this one was at the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse, which was pretty cool because I remember like going to watch Pitt games back in the day.
Right.
Like, they had like that track around that goes to the outside, like where your like concession stand is. Like I just like we were getting like snacks, and I'm like, I remember coming here. Like, it was cool.
I remember going there with Mitch.
Yeah.
A couple games with Mitch.
Give a little drink out to Mitch there. Speaking of, let me guess, bullet?
Stick with the basics,
Stick with basics. I wanted to join the bourbon, so I went with a little Woodford tonight. So
excellent.
Yeah, jumped on the bourbon trip.
You gotta mix it up. Keep them guessing, I guess.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, I switched up each week. See the other thing this weekend. So all right, here's a hot topic. We're gonna throw this out to our fans because we got so many fans. Maybe they'll comment on this on our YouTube channel. How early is it? Like, what is too early to decorate? So my wife's a big like Halloween, wants to get everything out, get it all decorated. Now we have some things coming up because we're gonna
Right.
be out of town next weekend. There's different things that are coming up, so she always wants to like find that opportune week. Well, this
Right.
we're still in September, so to me,
Well,
I'm always anti. Like, we can't do it until the month of that holiday. We can't do it in the month.
that's
She's
where I'm
always
at.
pushing to do it. Is that what you're about? Do it in
So
that
I
month,
was looking at the date. Yeah, I'm October 1. You can put up whatever you want.
right?
It's not October 1 yet.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not Halloween yet, right?
Yeah.
Like we're yeah.
You
I mean,
can't put your Thanksgiving up stuff until it's November.
right.
You
There
can't put your
were
Christmas stuff up till after Thanksgiving.
I mean, there were houses that I noticed before school started that had Halloween stuff. So,
yeah, it's too
I mean,
early.
it's sure. Now, I'm gonna share my screen here for a minute because
Right.
we do have a pretty nice setup. I do have to give my wife props.
All
She
right.
does a great job.
Got a
at,
pretty robust display. Scanning the neighborhood
yeah. I
kids.
mean, it's pretty legit, and we made we made like these pillars. We do like a big graveyard, so pretty nice. Let me throw this up here full screen.
That's your garage door with the eyes?
Yeah, that's your garage door.
Well, that's pretty big.
So that kind of starts it out there. Graveyard.
Oh, you guys went big time.
Oh yeah. So we got a little guy with like a little fire pit roasting marshmallows there, and then it gets a little dark for a second. Then she's into that. So those pillars we actually built last year. So they're like big pillars that like go into the graveyard. Look them up online, find out how to do it.
That's pretty big. You're building stuff. Yeah, you guys are going all out.
So I mean, you could tell. Like, I mean, it's not something you're gonna do in one day, right?
No.
So it takes a little time. It's the display to be out for a while. I kind of, not that I agree with it, but kind of think, like it doesn't hurt putting it up a little bit early. So it's.
I give you respect for the fact that it probably took you multiple hours to put all that.
Yes. So that was a long day. That was a 2-day process there to get all the stuff out.
Okay.
And everything like that. So
You're justifying it more. I'm starting to come on board.
I have to justify it to myself. I have to sell it to myself every year because we were like at a volleyball tournament all day on Saturday, and it was like, yeah, we're gonna get to go home and do Halloween. I'm like, I just don't on the couch. That's the last thing we're gonna do.
We're going to do all this work.
Yeah, exactly. But like, it is nice. The fruits of the labor, like when you see the result, it does look nice. I'm proud. So shout out to my wife. Good job.
Excellent. Now, are you the most decorated house in the neighborhood?
So no, unfortunately, like there's one on the street that leads down to us. Like, so there's a competition every year in the neighborhood, and we placed a few years. We got like a little gift card. I think we've had, second place is maybe the best that we've gotten. But there's one that it's just like he has the huge skeleton. He has the people coming out of the ground, and they take weeks to do it, and they just add a little thing each couple. It's like there's some guys like digging a grave. Then the next week it's a whole graveyard. Like they just build it up. So like they play into the whole kind of thing. So.
I feel like the big giant skeleton's like cheating too, though.
Yeah, we looked at the one.
Up, you're like, yeah, I'm good.
Right, the one they have coming out of the ground. I saw online. It's like $279 for like this big thing climbing up out of the ground. I'm like, you're spending way too much money.
What are you, a rocket roller?
Yeah, it's a little crazy. All right, so like Christmas. So like Christmas.
You can't talk Christmas till after Thanksgiving.
Oh, see, that's the big thing. I mean, that's the fight I fight every year. I agree. I'm the same way. Like, I want to enjoy Thanksgiving without Christmas decorations, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now we get we get a live Christmas tree. We get a live Christmas tree the Sunday after Thanksgiving. Every year.
Yeah. And now,
it's like
I mean, that would be hard to keep around long too. Like before, if you start doing it way before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
I think sometimes it comes once again, like if you're traveling and we're going to be out of town, like going to visit my brother from Jersey or things like that, like it's like we lose that whole holiday weekend and then you're kind of in a rush. So I think sometimes I'm still in that camp of I want my Thanksgiving to just lay on the couch, eat turkey and like football and not worry about like decorating as soon as Thanksgiving's over. Like
exactly.
So.
I want to enjoy that holiday before I look at the next one.
Exactly. Right.
Like we're rushing past that holiday.
Why are we rushing through things, right? Like, enjoy. Take a breath. Take a beat. Right?
Exactly.
Now, how about like leaving your Christmas tree up? Like, do you have a tradition? Do you keep your Christmas tree up like long? Do you keep it up? Is there a certain like you get it done like as soon as it's January 1st? Is the Christmas tree gone?
So my wife's crazy with the Christmas trees. So we have like 6 of them. So we have one live one and like 5 fake ones.
Yeah.
So the live one will stay. The live one will go pretty much a week or two after Christmas, or like a week after Christmas, probably before New Year's.
Okay.
But the other ones will stay up probably almost to February.
Yeah. Wow.
But she'll change like the theme, or she'll mix them up.
So basically, it's like a Valentine's tree. It's a Easter tree. Like
exactly. It's like
just put different decorations on. You can use it for every holiday.
A snow tree, or I changed it to blue tinsel, or she wants multiple trees, and I can't argue it.
Yeah, I hear you.
Growing
up, we always had a tradition, like I guess it's more superstition. Like we didn't take a tree down until like our Christmas tree didn't go down until the Steelers were out of the playoffs. Like that was always the thing growing up. Was like we just like that was just one of our things. So I still kind of live by that. Like they're still in the hunt, they're still in the race. Tell my wife, I'm like, what she's happy about? She's like, Crips as long as she can. But that's usually one of the things I'm like, no, you can't take that down because there's still a chance they're going to do something in the playoffs. So
do you switch it over to a Steeler tree?
Well, like your wife, we have multiple trees as well too. We have one in the basement. We have one like out in the morning room. And that one, the one in the morning room is usually like our Pittsburgh themed one. It's like a black tree, has like gold like ornaments, but then has all different things: Penguins, Pittsburgh, Steelers, Iron City, all that kind of stuff. So that one definitely stays up. But like growing up as a kid, it was like our main tree. That was something my mom and dad always did. They left it up until Steelers were out of the playoffs. It was like a superstition.
Awesome.
So kind of kept that tradition too. Hey, it looks like we got one more guest jumping on.
What's up, y'all?
How are you?
Oh, how's it going, bud?
Oh, happy Monday. We made it.
Sir. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for thinking I'm worthy to be on this illustrious podcast.
Oh, no, illustrious. I think you're building us up a little bit too much for a letdown here, but
what's going on? How you guys been?
Would you open there?
A little Peroni.
Sure.
All right. Cheers, Todd. Let's get you a proper introduction. All right, so let's get the fanfare out of the way. We have from our WPIAL 1994 state championship team, kicker, punter, receiver, number 86, Ron Rutherford. Welcome to the show.
Thanks. Yeah, I think your friend Giammario will be. He's a little. He's not good at electronics, so
I'm not doing the tech. He needs tech.
I had to talk him through it, so hopefully he'll be on shortly.
We'll give him a minute or two before we get into the nitty gritty. How's your golf game?
It's getting better.
Yeah,
haven't played as much as I usually play, but play enough. Yeah, how about y'all? Been hitting them good?
Awful.
Pretty much play like once a year at the Tiger outing, and maybe if I get to play like at my TJ outing, that's about it. Maybe twice a year.
Yeah, that's the only one I don't ever get to play in anymore for whatever reason every year. But at least I sponsor the shirt, so if you get some
Yeah, we should have wore that one today.
I know.
True. I wore backwards and I was like, yeah, we could have the after on the front, wore them backwards.
That's right.
Give you some props. We'll have you talk yourself up in a little bit. We'll let Just G get on first.
What else is going on?
Nothing with us. We're just trying to reminisce a little bit and relive a few of the glory days and not work too hard.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw we had Worth on last week.
Yeah, I jumped in and out of a couple of them just to see what I was getting myself into.
Getting a preview of what you're in for. Don't worry.
Right.
Questions aren't too hard. Just reliving the past. I mean, that's just having fun hanging out, talking, and drinking, basically.
Yeah. Well, since Justin's, he may be technically challenged, and it might take him another 30 minutes.
Right.
Well, let's just start talking to you, Tut. Okay. See, I guess tell us what you did after high school and where you end up now.
What did I do? I went to Clarion.
Great school.
I have a teaching. I know. Golden Eagles, baby.
For good things.
Taught in the DC public schools for 4 years, and now I make soap. I work for After Industries, manufacture cleaning products. Yeah,
do you soap yourself? Or?
Sometimes. Yeah, during COVID, I did a lot. It was I had to start working in the plant after being a teacher. That was fun. Worked my way up through the business.
Yes. Yeah. And you're still there, I assume?
I am. I'm chained to that business until it till I run it into the ground, I guess.
Yeah. What got you out of teaching, Todd? What was the thing got you out of teaching?
I mean, honestly, the DC public schools were fun. It was very challenging, and when I moved back, my wife is a school teacher as well. So, and we were both history teachers. So, moving back to Western Pennsylvania to try to find jobs, especially history teaching jobs, was a lot. As well as my father-in-law, whose business I run now, he has 3 daughters, none of which were crazy enough to go into business with him. So obviously I'm crazy. So here I am 18 years plus later.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What part of town you live in?
I live in Squirrel Hill.
Squirrel Hill. Nice.
It's not bad. Isn't there your plant's out here in North Huntington though, isn't it?
Yeah. So we still have the one in White Oak that's next to what used to be White Oak Bowl, I guess. And we have a new one that's out on Clay Pike.
Okay.
In Railton, Pennsylvania, right near Indian Lake, if you know where that is.
I do. I've driven past it a couple of times. I see the sun. So.
And you're out near there too, Billy, right?
We are. Yeah. We're out towards that way. We've been here for like 5 years and I still don't know any landmarks or anything.
Right. And Mount Washington, you were still at Mount Washington before that?
Yeah. Yeah. We still have that place. We rented out. So
nice.
I don't want to go back eventually.
No.
We miss the city, but
yeah, it's fun. Yeah. The suburbs, that's kind of what happened to us when we moved back from DC. We were living in DC proper and I didn't want to live in the suburbs.
No, it's a big inch, like 20 minutes to everything. Like my wife went grocery shopping the first time. She was gone for like an hour and a half. I was like, where'd you go?
Right. Exactly.
Like, 20 minutes to get there, 20 minutes to get back.
Right. What about you, Leba? Where are you at?
I live out in South Fayette now, over like by like Bridgeville, Carnegie area.
Yes, definitely. Nice.
Yeah, my wife teaches first grade there. We first moved back. We both got teaching jobs here in South Fayette. So I was teaching 4th grade. She was teaching first grade. And I ended up moving over to TJ, and she stayed here. So we figured we'd stay here because it's easier for the kids.
Right. Yeah, it's hard to drag them around.
Watch out.
Man,
hello. I don't think your camera's working right. Turn your mic on.
Let's go.
I don't know the math.
You like my props, man? I just got it out of the closet. It's a little dusty, but hey.
Props to the props, baby. What's up?
I 100% thought you were sitting there with that mask on. I thought that was you in a costume.
Once a tiger, always a tiger. Hi, Ron.
Justin, how are you, buddy?
What's going on? What up, Bill? Lebo? Let's go.
How are you, sir?
Good. Thank you for doing this, man.
Well, thanks for coming on board. Cheers. What are you drinking?
We're going Guinness upside down right in the Stanley.
I like it.
Crushing
That's
it.
how you're supposed to pour it, right? Touch is cut back from Ireland.
I don't know. They usually do it in a couple of different tiers. They have to let it settle, bud.
They're not like that.
You're not an official Guinness.
This is how I was taught in the port, and this is how I will continue to drink my Guinness.
Well, that was Colt 45 and not Guinness, so here we are.
And here we are.
Yeah. Listen, Isber and Lebo, thank you so much for doing this, man. This is so cool to see everybody and to get everybody back together, man. It's crazy. It's been 30 years.
Right. So are you guys going to the reunion?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going. I called off. I got off for 2 days straight. I'm like, I better get that second day off.
That you're going to need it.
Because the way it sounds like it could get a little rowdy.
Yeah. It could get a lot rowdy. So we talked.
Hold on. Let's get just his proper introduction. Yes. We got to let everybody know who you are, too. So we got from our state championship team number 20, Justin Giammario, D-back, running back, special teams specialist. Welcome to the show.
Shout out Cal team.
Yeah, boy. Justin, what are you doing now? What did you do after high school, and what are you doing now?
Yeah, get us caught up.
Shout out Bab. Let me see here. If I can remember correctly, I married Jamie Fozard, and we had a couple kids, and I've just been working my ass off ever since, basically.
Well, where are you working at now? I mean, I know the answer. Good.
Mamba Italia, which is an Italian restaurant in Sewickley. So I graduated from McKeesport, went to Edinburgh for a year and a half, ended up graduating from Penn State. Right after Penn State, I got in the restaurant business with my dad, and it felt right. It felt like it was a good fit for me. 20 years later, it's getting a little rough, but, because we go at it in the kitchen, but yeah. So I got in the restaurant business with my dad. Jamie got a teaching job in Peters Township, the South Hills. So we moved out to the South Hills, and I stumbled upon a place, Il Pizzaiolo in Mount Lebanon. I just love the idea and love the concept, the wood fire oven pizza, the wine bar, and I was sold. Basically, I was closing the place, 2 or 3 in the morning, and it got to be a little much. Jamie would get up at 6. I'd just kind of be getting home, a few hours there. And so I decided to get into more of like institutional type of cooking. So I worked at St. Clair Hospital, UNJ College, Pitt, to where I was more like a, sous chef kind of manager of the place. Had to get an emergency surgery. I had something called colitis, and I had to get my colon removed. So I was in the hospital for like a month, and
Really?
out of the hospital for a month. And, it was at that point, Jamie was like, why don't you do something that you love to do? Because I was stressed managing people and stuff. So I basically got back into I got in touch with Joe, the owner of Mamba Italia. He ran the concept by me, and I basically helped him open the restaurant on the pizza end. And yeah, things are going well. That's where I am now. So it's a lot of hard work. I just work 6 days straight.
That's
But
awesome.
that 20-minute pizza pies look good, though. You always post it.
Yeah, they're really good. If you haven't gone, you got to go. It's amazing.
We got to get out there.
Shout-
Yeah.
Shout out Mamba Italia.
We should have
Absolutely.
our reunion out there at your restaurant.
Just stay back just a little bit, because you're getting like a half Jared Miller cut your head off kind of thing.
Am I good right now? You're good there.
You didn't see me doing that earlier? I'm like, hey, man, how you doing?
Yeah, hang there. You're good. We were only getting like your nose down for a little bit.
Yeah, no one wants to see
You were zooming in too.
Man, I'm sorry. Like when I'm looking at, I'm okay.
No, you're good.
You're good there.
That
Did
happened
the tiger come in all right?
Like
Yeah,
the tiger in
perfect.
the tiger was perfect. Yeah.
That's all
You
that
need to
matters.
take
You
lessons
that's
from
jacked
the
up.
tiger. Take lessons from the tiger, bud.
Hey,
Right
two
on,
two
Ronnie.
comments on your story. One, my wife grew up in Mount Lebanon. She worked in PIAA with Ron. So
Oh yeah,
great restaurant.
Me?
Awesome.
yeah. I must have just missed her.
Yeah. So she worked there in high school. So that's really
in
cool.
high school. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was high school before but we go there to eat all the time. Like she loves going back. It's great. Like getting the brick oven pizza.
Yeah, it's a cool spot.
And two, being in the restaurant biz, we recently binge watched The Bear. You watch The Bear, is that like legit? Is that like the shit you go through?
Yeah, it is. I kind of can't. People keep telling me about it, and every time I go to watch it, I go to watch it after work, and I'm just like, I can't take any more of this. I mean, it definitely is. It's similar. It is. The little episode I saw, they threw like a ton of things that could happen in like a 3-month time. It all happened in like 5 minutes, but the gist is, that's correct.
Pretty legit.
It's a crazy little place.
I get your feeling like that, because like when people are like, "Oh, you should watch a show. It's about teaching." I'm like, "That's the last thing I want to watch."
You're
when
like, I'm good.
Yeah, no one wants to watch Head of the Class. You know what I mean?
Shout out head of the class. Good call, Ron.
So let's dive into our season a little bit. Let's talk about, you guys can go first, doesn't matter. Everybody remembers the state championship. I mean, it was a pretty memorable time, but what do you guys remember? What was your like fondest memory or something you remember about the season that really sticks out for you besides the state championship? Man?
See, I don't watch enough of your podcasts to remember that you're going to ask me this question. No, for me, I think just the whole, just that whole full year, with everybody, just kind of the work that we all put in together, and the brotherhood, I guess, pretty much lead like 30 years later, we're still, that's something that no one can ever take away from us, and we're still, it was a great time in our lives. It was a great way to be and go into college and go through life, with that in your pocket. So personally, And, that nice hold that you had for me on that field goal I kicked in the state championship game. That was fun, too.
Right.
Way to go, Billy. Way to go, Billy. Way to hold that.
I was going to
Shout
bring
out
that up
hold.
to you that was pure. I don't know if it was luck or good timing.
It was
or
freezing
what.
cold. It worked.
It worked.
Thankfully, it was only 19 yards, so it was like a chip shot.
Yes.
Points.
I think that was more your skill than my dumb luck. So
Hey, we got it through.
we got it through. And just to kind of recap, the snap was a little off. I caught it. Both hands were on the ball. I didn't have time to get my finger on top of it. So there's a still frame picture of, Tut's coming up to kick it. I just hold my arms like this. I just let go of the ball.
Right.
I hope it stayed upright long enough for him to kick it through. He did. He nailed it. And
Hey,
Nice, dude.
that's
So
big
Quick
time,
second.
time pressure play right there, bud.
so the kick was a big time pressure kick. So we'll call it even. How about you, Justin?
Well, one thing, and I'm surprised nobody has brought this up. One thing and it's not exactly good, but one thing that I remember is the only game that we were losing at halftime was the Penn Hills game. And we went in there, we were kind of like, all right, kind of like regroup, let's go. We're going to get back out there. Everything will be fine. And I don't know if you guys remember this. We go in the locker room and Smitty comes flying and he's like, helmets on, helmets on. So we had to keep our helmets on through the whole halftime.
I definitely remember.
Yeah. So I find this spot like, I don't know, someone's in front of me like Dino and I'm on the floor between like a locker and where Dino's sitting on the bench and they started helmets on. So we had all keep our helmets on. Then Ivan Hampton goes up to the chalkboard and starts trying to write to communicate directly to the linebackers who were sitting there, like Brandon and Bob and whomever else. But every time he goes to write, he's so mad. He pushes so hard, he breaks the chalk.
Chalk in half. I remember this too.
So then he goes at it like 2 or 3 times, breaks the chalk on the 3rd time, turns around, fires it. Like, I don't know who it hit.
It hit laser. It hit Justin Lawrence like right in his helmet. And
It hit Jay Laser.
I'm pretty sure it was him.
And then Hampton goes into like the back room, like just blowing smoke out of his ears with his eyes, like, and then like Coach Smith comes out and he's like, he's so mad he can't even talk. He's so mad he can't talk. So I don't know where it went from there. That's where my memory fails me, but I thought that was like intense and hilarious. And it makes you realize like, wow, dude, like imagine if we'd have been done, down at, other halftimes, like what the heck would have went on? But it shows the intensity of even being down at halftime is like, this isn't going to happen.
All right.
And then, it's pretty awesome that we came back and won like we did. I was watching those clips that you guys just played. Man, I didn't realize it, but shout out to all the starters. That, so good. They were so darn good.
Yeah, it's tough to go back and watch it. And you don't like when you live through it, it's like you're just part of it. But then you go back and watch it, like, look at those hits, man. Look at
I know, man.
Look at from the sideline. Sometimes you don't see it. Like when you're on the sidelines and the D's out there doing stuff. I mean, you don't see everything. We're goofing around,
Right?
So on the sidelines, like we're having fun. So you go back, and
Right?
watch
Yeah.
it now, and you're like, we had some beasts that were taking people's heads off. Like, I mean, some of the hits. That
I know.
Exactly.
And we were just so used to it too, because that's the crew that we grew up with.
Yeah.
And like 10th, 9th, 10th, and all those practices up on that field, that was just our squad. But when we got out there, like, man, oh, dude, this is crazy. I mean, no wonder I'm like scout team because wow, dude, we're loaded. So
Right.
yeah, it was that. And then one time, as scout team, I got hit so darn hard, like so often. One time, and I'll make it quick. One time I was running, like Coach Tom and Coach Smith would ping pong back and forth. Like, give me Giammario, give me like 9 sophomores and give me Giammario. And I would go run scout, like a wide receiver, for the starting D. And then I would get called for inside drills. But one time when I was running scout as a wide receiver, do it again. Caught the ball. Todd Geisler came across, shout out Todd Geisler, came across the field, saw this fresh meat right on the sideline, and he freaking laid me out. Next, do you remember that hillside?
You went down the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember the hillside that went down real steep, right to
Right to the
like,
school.
Down to the
right,
school.
yes.
Yeah, down behind the
so
school.
I get hit, like smack. You just hear the pads crack. And I try to catch my balance with my feet, but I'm like airborne. And next thing I know, I hit like face down. I go boom, boom, boom. And then I tuck and roll. There's no exaggeration.
Bottom of the hill.
Tuck and roll. And as soon as I pop up, I'm on the sidewalk. And I'm sliding across. I slide across the sidewalk on my spikes. And I just come smashing right into the window. And for a moment,
Like,
I had
where
a
am I?
moment there, like, I'm like, this is Mitch's room. And then it's like, oh my gosh, what
I'm
am I
at
doing
practice.
down here?
I'm at
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah. And so I just run back up the hill and, it's like shake it off.
I'm sure you're out there like, do it again.
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
What's the worst thing that you do it again?
Yeah.
Run it again.
Yeah, run the
And that
same
was just
thing full
me.
speed and get just destroyed. It's great.
Yeah.
Right. And luckily, a lot of guys took it easy on me. Like Brandon would see me coming like the third time. He'd pick me up and kind of like lay me down graciously, like, thank you. But yeah, it was, we went to war up there on that practice squad.
I remember taking one.
Or like on that practice field. Yeah.
On the practice field. I remember taking one from Brandon going across the middle, like catching a ball. This is before like concussions were like a thing. I remember like, seeing a flash of green. Like I got hit so hard, like everything just went green. And the next thing I was like on the ground, like looking up, like what?
Where am I?
Like it's just like I was definitely confused.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw that same green watch story, like inside drill. Do it again, do it again, do it again. I'm running back, get the ball, and I'm running for my life, basically. Somehow I run outside, running down the sideline, and John Marzoff steps out from standing on the sideline and goes, boom, and my feet fly in front of me, and I hit behind, like I hit my head behind me, and like I realized that's what happened afterwards, but during I just thought somebody hit me in the starting D.
Yeah.
So I'm back at him, like, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. What's going on? 'Cause I have no idea what happened. I got hit so darn hard. I see green. And then Moose came over to me and was like, you all right? And I was like, I didn't understand like what the big deal was. And then all of a sudden from my like inner being, I go, like, just start like almost crying without even trying. Like, and then it all just kind of hit me what happened. So holding back tears on that one too. It was rough. Like, you earn your stripes if you play for LaPorte, right?
100%. Absolutely. These kids today don't get to experience the same things we experienced. Bad, I don't know.
No, yeah. And looking back on it, it really helped me, like, kind of like get through life in the tough times. Like everything I had to do was never harder than like, thank God, than like a way camp or, those practices up there on that field.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like physically.
That's what they just built into you at that point.
Set a standard that's higher than most people know today, which is a little frustrating.
Right.
To watch it happen, honestly.
Yeah. Now, do either of you have kids and do they play sports?
Yep. I have 2 boys. I have a 15 and a 13-year-old.
All right.
My 15-year-old started playing football he played in 9th grade. He started camp this year and decided he didn't like to be hit anymore. On top of that, he's 6'4", 3.
Yeah.
Charlie's.
He has the
Diesel.
big body for football.
Wait, 6'4" what?
310.
And he doesn't want to get hit?
Nope. Yeah, I mean, he's doing the hitting, or all you have to do is stand up and people bounce off of him.
Right. Wow.
So, and then I have I have a redhead who plays soccer on like every team that imaginable. So
Travel, all that kind of stuff.
Oh
like
yeah, and I actually bought a bunch of footballs and stuff. So I'm gonna get. He's in 8th grade, so I'm gonna start getting him swinging his leg and kicking field goals too. So
there you go.
and
I know what he means. I know what he means by like not wanting to get hit though. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, like we all came out, like I came out of White Oak, and White Oak was so much fun. And like, it was just like, we played baseball, basketball, everything there. We just lived there, and it was so like chill and nice. And then we get to ninth grade and it's like, I thought like, I was good enough, but then you meet like
Roger Wilson.
And
Just
then
trying
like
to
in the
take
backfield, it's
your
like,
whole
okay,
head.
now it's Droop, Glenn, Al Green, like Hero, like
That team was
Jimmy
sick.
Long. I'm like, wait a minute, man, this is different now. And I wanted to quit, but just like I remember you saying in another podcast, Lebo, your dad wasn't having it, and my dad wasn't having it either. So I just kind of kept on going. But
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel you, Charlie. That was painful, man.
Great memories. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Great memory. Yeah, oh, yeah.
well,
Wouldn't trade him. Wouldn't trade him
No,
for the world.
right.
Wouldn't trade him.
and
Yeah.
just like, dude, I remember you dancing in the locker room, keeping it light. Like, dude, I mean,
Right.
Yeah,
That's
we
what
had
I mean,
fun.
like the whole,
Yeah,
like I was saying, is so like that whole
Yep.
experience and like that brotherhood is so just
Yeah.
something that I think about often.
Hold on,
And
Isra.
it,
Isra,
Yeah.
wait. Did you just say you remember Just G dancing in the
Well,
locker room?
Tootsie
Because I
Roll.
might just have
no,
it
no,
here.
no.
Not even
I
on the
might-
fashion show.
I might have this. Hold on. I might have this.
No.
Yeah, you
Dude.
totally have that. Got it.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
go.
Especially they did this on purpose.
He set you up for that one. He
Got
set you up.
him. You
What?
set yourself up, bud.
Damn.
That's right.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Like I would try to like dance and learn all the moves. I think at the time it was called the butterfly, and I'm like,
Yeah, I
good,
think
but
that was. I think you
obviously I didn't, but it was definitely fun. And it
What's
didn't
better
matter,
about
like
that, Ron?
everyone was rolling like in different groups doing different things, but we got in there, man. We were like, didn't
Bam.
matter. We were
Yep.
tight. We were
Yep.
so tight.
We still are. That's what I mean. Like you see people on the street, you're just like, holy shit. And you have, no matter what's going on, you have a 25-minute conversation with them because you
Yep.
haven't seen them in whatever. It's been 30 years
Yeah.
at this point.
Right.
I think
Right.
that's one of the cool things I think about this is that to like, us getting to catch up with you guys and hear it, but like everybody gets to hear everybody else's story, like, and everybody wants to hear everybody else's story. Everybody wants to know
Right.
what have you guys been doing for 30 years? Like,
Right.
it's just like, oh yeah, we won a championship. Nobody cares about you anymore. Like, it's something about McKeesport. Like, something gets inside that it's like, hey, I was born there, raised there, part of this team, and it like stays with you. Even though you move away, everybody's in different areas. We don't live in McKeesport anymore, but it kind of stays with you. So it's cool.
Yeah.
Like, especially like the reunion. I think it's going to be so fun at that game. That part is going to be more fun, I think, than the game on the sidelines. But
Is that a Friday night game?
Friday night game.
Yes. Yep.
It's on the 4th, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to pre-party, Isber does a birthday down at Jack's. That's the day before his birthday every year. So we'll be down there early on, what time, Isber?
I'll be down there at 9 a.m.
Where?
Wait, when's your birthday, Isber?
5th. You're what, the 7th, 9th?
Sixth.
I'm the 6th.
6th.
Yeah.
So we'll
All right, so
celebrate our birthday.
We got
What's
some-
that?
I'll be at Jack's at 9 a.m. on Friday. I
In
got
the
everybody.
South?
Yeah.
In the South
No,
Side.
I'll be sleeping.
South-
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be sleeping, but I'll be there Friday night, man, for
All right.
sure.
I might think,
Hopefully we'll remember
Wait.
seeing.
when is that? Is that on
Right.
your birthday's the 5th?
Yeah. It's the
And
5th.
you'll be at Jack's.
On the 4th. I'll be at Jack's on the 4th.
Okay. Yeah.
I would go the Friday before my birthday.
Okay.
Stop
Todd,
in.
you're not going.
I live 5 minutes away from there. And I can Uber.
know.
That's
Sorry.
true.
Love you. Love you.
Jack's.
Whoa, look at that.
Whoa.
How about that?
What did you just
What had
do?
happened? I don't know.
Nothing. Nothing. It's nothing.
What you did to me, dude?
Whatever symbol you just threw up, I think made that happen. Do that again. Throw up that like love symbol you did. I don't know, something. That was crazy.
I got all kind of communication here.
That was awesome. Thanks.
Thanks. That was fun. That's definitely getting
That
edited
came
out.
straight out of my brain.
Yeah, that was.
Edit.
So, Todd, you went to Clarion. Josh, you started at Edinburgh, went to Pennsylvania. Why'd you guys pick those schools?
Go ahead, Ron.
Oh,
you
I actually went there to play football. To kick. And then
Did you?
I did. And during
I didn't know that.
during camp, I realized number one, I was a kicker and couldn't do anything else. And number two, our high school program was harder than Clarion's program. So I quit.
I concur.
Yeah. So yeah, you played there too. You were there. Yeah, we were there together.
And so was Word.
Yep.
Yeah, we're
Yep. I used to drive him to and fro as well.
See, I didn't, we didn't have cell phones or anything. I had no idea that happened, but I'm glad I do know.
I can't believe you didn't know that about. We're like best friends, dude.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's like you don't even know me, or I don't even know you anymore. It's real nice.
Sorry.
Southwide Edinburgh.
I guess I was looking at like a, somewhat close state school that worked, and I don't know. I liked it when I went up there. I thought it was like, this is through the eyes of like an 18-year-old. I mean, I thought that the landscape looked great. I thought it was like a beautiful campus. It seemed cool, and it was, I just kind of went with it. I got in a bad car. Well, I was actually hit by a drunk driver there this second year, and I had to withdraw from the semester.
I was
And then
scared.
then I went to Penn State McKeesport, and then went up to Maine.
Nice. Well, it worked out in the end.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It definitely worked out in the end.
So I guess like our next question, and as we get on through like the McKeesport stuff, is like, what makes you, when you think about McKeesport, like what do you think about, like what makes you proud to be from McKeesport or White Oak?
Ron?
Well,
Just answer for everyone.
Right.
Ron.
no, honestly, I've lived in DC. I travel pretty much. I'm on 120 airplanes a year, meet a bunch of new people every year. There are, and I have yet to meet, there aren't a lot of them, but people that are from McKeesport proper. Like they're just different animals. Like the people that we grew up with were so genuine and so good. That's kind of my whole thing with the port. And it prepared me to, I guess, tolerate most of the people that are out in the world, because there's no one sicker than the people that we all grew up with in the port, like, in my opinion. I mean, there are four of us sitting right here.
Right.
We went our own ways, and there's some, some wild cards from like the Christie Park area and up in, wherever that are, we had lots of fun with growing up. So in my opinion, that's one of the things that's why I married a girl from McKeesport, honestly, because I don't think I could mess with anybody else. It would not.
Yeah, they
wouldn't be able to handle me.
Right.
Yeah.
You're the only one that didn't get a McKeesport girl.
I guess. Yeah, I married up, but went Mount Lebanon. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
Try to up my game.
That's
You're
right.
better off, Lebo. You're better off,
Nobody's
man.
perfect.
Is your girl from the port?
She is. She's a little younger, but
I didn't know that.
yeah, she's a port
Good
girl
for
too.
you. Yeah, look at all of us with Port Wives. Shout out Port Wives.
Yeah, I should try a TikTok called Port Wives. I heard that's like a popular thing to do.
Yeah, man. Check it out.
Lives of Port Wives. You guys should get on.
Like, to me, like McKeesport, it was like such a bubble. I didn't know life outside of it. It really just had everything that I needed. And I don't know, man. It was so diverse, but at the same time, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it was cool. Like I live out here in the South Hills now, and I'm like, why didn't I ever come out here? Or, I didn't even know Peters Township existed until Jamie got an interview out here. And I don't know, I just loved it, man. I had everything I needed. We had good food, good people, places to play. Like, I'm third generation McKeesport, so my grandparents went to McKeesport High School. My parents did. It was kind of like that's where life was, and that's what we did. Renzi, White Oak Pool, Rainbow, like White Oak Athletic Association. Shout out to everything, man. I loved my life in McKeesport. I really did.
Yeah, same.
Just talking about, I dated a girl like in college that lived out in Venetia, PA, out like that way.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that's the other side of the world. I'm like, why am I driving up here to go see her? I'm like, this place is so far away. I just want to be in the
Yeah.
I don't want to be anywhere over here. I was like, crazy.
Right, man. Like I said, when Jamie got that interview, I'm like, I have no idea, honey. I mean, I don't know where that's at.
So far away from our parents.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, I work in TJ now, and I just think about like, I never even knew that was like right behind Century 3 Mall. Like, I feel like Century 3 Mall was as far as we ever like went to do things. And like when I start working there, I'm like, this is where like I don't even remember hearing TJ growing up. Like, but I'm like, this is like literally was like right past it. Like we never went on the other side of 51. I feel like you got that far. You're like, I don't know what's over in Southland Mall.
Yeah, or even like or even the Murraysville. It was like Monroeville Mall or Century 3, and like that was
anywhere
was
past
so-
that.
Yeah, don't go outside, Matt. Yep.
right.
Yeah, I was confused. We hit Monroeville Mall up quite a bit. Century 3 is where we got our names on the side of our house
Yeah.
Right.
back
Century-
in the day. What's that?
Century 3 was the nice mall.
Right.
It was.
It was
Yeah,
like high class.
Until it wasn't.
it was
Till it was.
until it really wasn't, right?
Then Monroeville just, Monroeville was the best place ever back in the day. Like, you can get anything you wanted in Monroeville. You can get, shoes, names on hats, porn. Like, you can do whatever you wanted in Monroeville. Like,
Names on hats.
yeah, whatever.
At it. How am I right now? Can you see me? Or am I pulling a Jared Miller?
You're
Dude,
good.
I see your
You're good.
nose hairs. It's crazy.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
cool.
you, Ron.
Yeah, why don't you sit back a little bit and relax?
Well, I don't know. I'm really excited that I can't see.
Why do you need to see, dude?
You're doing
I want
great.
to see how beautiful Lebo has become. And
That's why I sit back here. I stay far away.
Yeah, me
so
too.
everybody I need some McKeesport memorabilia. You guys got all kind of stuff. I don't have one Tiger shirt. Who's holding out? I want to get one
I
of those
got you,
cool.
dude. I know
I
the
want
guy
one of those cool blue ones.
There's for the golf outing. I could probably get you one. And
Okay.
actually, Justin, who can get you one? Your
Who?
cousin. Your cousin.
Jenny.
Yeah, or Josh. Lefty.
Okay. Right on. I'll get one. Okay.
He brings me shirts all the time.
I need a
'Cause I give him
shirt,
a lot
man.
of money for the shirt.
I come to the
a bunch
golf
of
outing.
money. He brings me like a variety of sizes of the shirt for the golf outing. Why don't you come to the golf outing next year with me? Even though I haven't been there in
Yeah.
years.
I can't golf, but I could go. But that's
No, you don't
another
have-
story.
Dude, it's not about golfing.
It's not about the golf. I'll tell you that. It's not about
No
the golf.
golf really.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
I wish I could
I'll
go
go.
here. Like I
Pick-
have some dumb trip I have to go on.
Pick me up, dude. I'll go. It's like all the time. Pick me up.
Actually, closer to you.
Right on.
Pick me up.
So, what's going on with the Tigers this year, man? I'm hearing they're young.
But they just
They're
played
young.
some really good teams the first couple, right? So they got spanked too. So
Yeah, I just looked. Peters is they're ranked number 1 in 5A,
Yep.
and I didn't realize that. I don't know what the heck's going on, but I guess they went up against some really good teams,
They
and
did.
they're young.
They played some. Yeah, exactly. They played some really good squads. They got that sophomore. He's like
Yeah.
the number 7
Yeah,
kid in the nation or whatever.
yeah. I heard
Yeah,
Franklin
so-
landed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I was confused. I'm like, wait a minute, Franklin is landing on the field. Who is this kid? Why aren't we winning? But I guess it really just comes down to, the kid's in 10th grade. It's getting recruited to Penn State. It's like unheard of, right?
And I think there's like 1 or 2 seniors that are starting.
So
The one's young, the backs are young. Everybody's young. So
yeah,
a couple years are going to be really good.
right.
They said they'll once, and I don't know. Once they get into section play, I guess starts next week.
Yeah, they play Hampton. They play Hampton this week, who's 2-3.
Yep.
So I feel like once they get in the section, they probably have a better shot. They did. Yeah, they had some tough sledding to start the year. They played some tough teams, but
Just iron out the kinks early on, and then hopefully win through the section.
Yes,
like
and then
two games they lost in overtime. Like, so, I mean, they were.
That's
they were
right,
in it.
too. That's
Like,
right.
TJ, they were right there in overtime. That was a great game. Upper St. Clair's tough. I mean, they took a tough loss this week to Upper St.
Right.
Clair, but
Yeah,
hey, it was an Upper St. Clair.
yeah, man.
don't we all?
Right. I have a story about that too.
But
We were on the bus. It was 11th grade. And I guess I was in the South Hills before I realized it, because we were on the bus going to play Upper St. Clair. And it's real quiet. And Hampton goes, these mothers, look at this. All these mothers. Like, he said the F word, but. And I'm like, where's he going with this? He got mad because their houses were so big and they made us drive up from the port to play them there. He was like, look at all they have. Look at all they have. And they're making you come up here. I was like, yeah, man, yeah. Like, hell yeah, man.
whatever motivates you.
that's right.
And I'll drive by there. It's right by the mall, and I'll drive by there a lot, and I'll glance over, and I remember when he said it, almost the exact house. And I'll be like, hell yeah, Hamp, that's still too damn big. You know?
So do you guys got any Frank Connick stories?
I have so many. But
Yeah, I mean,
they're not pertaining to football, and they're probably not appropriate.
Yeah. I mean, if you can keep it PG-13, maybe.
All
I
I'll
don't
say about Frank Conn was that dude was an animal. Like, he was so good.
Yeah.
Completely nuts. Like, just, that highlight tape their senior year, like, where he made that tackle and just, like, stood up and just smashed his hand on the dude's helmet to, like, help him get himself up, was one of the, like, that's
him.
Frank Conn to it's quintessential him. Like, it was fast as hell. He just a great, he had it all. Was Frank Conn.
I remember that visor. That
Yeah.
visor he wore.
visor.
I remember seeing anybody wear a visor like that.
Right.
And that just kind of complimented who he was. I'm kind of like, all my Frank Conn stories are probably like,
Oh yeah, they're not.
rated R off the football field.
Yeah.
But
I did.
Shout
Well,
out to Frank Conn.
so we used to run. What? How much did we run it right before we watch films on Saturday mornings? 2 miles.
Couple miles.
something
Couple
like that,
miles.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember him like he'd run and see the coaches weren't looking and run straight across the field like towards in the end zone just to kind of cut it off.
Yeah.
He did that like he was like he would just like cut it off.
he just done, and they would let him go.
Yeah.
Just like when Marslock hit me, it's like, I mean, I probably had a concussion. It's just like, you get back, shake it off, you're
Right.
fine. And like, not, no disciplinary to John Marslock. Kind of like the same way with like Frank Conn. He could just kind of do his thing, do not whatever he wanted, but, go off the chain a little bit. And then he'd finally come back in and like his athleticism just spoke for himself, man. I mean, he was just such an awesome animal on the football field. He used to sit like, put one hand down, had that hand up.
Yeah. He'd be like,
Yeah. Frank
I think
Conn.
he said he wear that red visor because he said it makes all the blood blend in or something like that.
That sounds about right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he talks so fast. He's like, yeah.
Such a good player. So good. So while I got you guys on the spot, I think we're doing a joint class of 95, 96 reunion this year too.
Good.
For next 2025.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody's
Let's
gonna
go.
make it happen, Billy, it's you. Please.
Well,
Our class can't get together, man.
that's you.
Nor do we want to. Like between the three, I'm out. Like, just tell me where to show up, how much it costs, I'm in.
yeah.
Make it fun and good, right?
Yep, that's all. It's going to be out in Greensburg, casino,
Okay. Hotels around there?
Thanksgiving
Hotels
2025.
around there?
What's that?
Are there hotels around there?
5 minutes.
Perfect. I'm
Yep.
in.
We're
All right.
there. We're going to have some fun.
Yes. All right. Because I remember Tut at one of the last, like the 25-year one. We're like, why don't we get together you're like, why don't we get
Yes.
together here?
Yes.
And I was like, I don't know.
Let's
we
do
should.
it. You and I were like, yeah, let's talk and do this. And like, here we are.
Here we are,
Here's
30. Yes.
So
Shout
what I
out to
meant to
Bill
say,
for that, too.
Billy, what I meant to say is, will you please plan it and I'll do it every year? I'll come.
All right. We'll get it set up. So we got this 30-year reunion coming up on the 4th.
Yep.
And then we the class reunion the following year, day after
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. So 2 years in a row, at least, we'll be able to
you got to be somewhere different. I go to Florida for Thanksgiving every year.
Uh,
Come on, man.
Come on, Ron. You don't have to go to Florida every year.
I'm one of like what 600.
George Ware's going to be
600 plus
DJing,
people.
all right?
True. Spinning it.
We better get George Ware spinning it.
No, we're getting Sam B, dude.
No, my vote's for George Ware.
Yeah, he's in the class, but doesn't he want to have fun too? Let's let Sam B do it.
Make him
I
work.
mean, let Sam be calm.
Right.
Well, let's have a DJ off. Go Sam and George DJ
Right.
off.
It'll be like Juice.
Yeah.
Good throwback, Tut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks. You guys were talking about shit that happened 30 years ago.
Yeah. That was a good throw.
Got to get into the pop culture references too.
Hey,
Well
you guys
played.
are more welcome to join. Isber and I go down every year to Cal's Cantina when TJ plays McKeesport. Instead of
Oh,
actually
yeah?
going to the game, we just go drink and we like just get hammered there and watch the game there.
Really?
Okay.
It's always fun. So it's always like an early September, October Friday.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, we'll let you
Well,
guys
that's
know cheer for that.
Outstanding. Now.
We need to do more of that. You know, I mean, look at it. I'm gonna be 48. Crazy. Just
Right.
wild.
You're
Yeah.
so old.
You are kind of old, Justin.
I know. I'm one of the older ones. I am. I'm an old Libra. Still trying to find my way.
I think you found it. I think you're a
Yeah, I
pizza.
think you're doing just fine, my friend.
Oh, guys, thanks.
Don't get all choked
Okay.
up.
You guys are great. Can we talk every night before bed?
As long as we're drinking, I'm in.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I don't drink much. I'm like I don't drink at all, really. Very rarely, but it's nice to have a beer. I caught a couple brews on vacation. I thought, like, hey, not
Yeah.
bad.
I don't drink that much either.
Ron,
I never drink.
Awesome. Well, thanks for hanging out with us for a while. I don't want to keep you guys all night, but
yeah, it's getting late. We're old. One other thing I want to say too is, and this goes back to being up on that field, a top field. I remember we were at home camp, and it's like 114 degrees, like 94 August. There's like just like this present like dust because it's just so darn hot and so darn dry. I go over and, you know, I'm looking up, trying to catch my wind, was running, just exhausted. You know, the corner of my eye, I see them setting up at International Village. And yeah, it's right around that time. And I go over to Mike Peachon. I'm like, Mike, give me some water, dude. He was like, no. I was like, dude, like I'm ready to die. Give me some water. He's sitting there with like a 12-pack of like these ice cold bottles dripping. Yeah. You know, sitting like his hair parted perfectly with gel, not even sweating. And I was like, Mike, Dave, I'm going to die, man. Give me some freaking water. He was like, no, I'm not allowed. Oh. So anyway, I would say like, I'm still after Peachon for that. He would not give that water up.
Yeah, 30 years later.
yeah,
30 years. I mean,
Fair
he
enough.
said it like a man down at Rainbow Peachon. Come on.
Yeah, what would you say to him right now? He's probably watching.
Mike, I got mad love for you, bro. Thank you for everything you did for us to win. And I'd love for you to come October 4th
Except for
and have a drink with me.
Except for not. Yeah, hopefully
Drink some
I'll give
water.
you some water.
Yeah.
Hook you
I'm
up.
going to dump some freaking water on
Hey,
you.
you a water.
No, I'm not allowed. I'm like, really, dude? I smoked like a pack of Camel Light freaking menthols all summer, and now I'm at football camp, and you're not going to give me some water?
Well, like for the starters, like what was it? It was just like
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know.
It was just you, dude. It's that Fawcett plan, rivalry, upper and lower.
I just needed
It was
hydrated,
upper
man.
Fawcett, dude. He was my
He was
neighbor.
upper-
Lived next
right,
door.
he would have gave it to you, right?
Yeah, I pretty much told him not to mess with anybody from lower Fawcett. So he got worked. And Sturbo and Shrepko played on the team. Well, Shrepko did play, but he didn't get water from Petron.
Right.
Ask him. It's only
Just
for upper.
water.
Right. It's only for upper, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jay Harrod, Eastman, decent
Yeah,
league.
Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, upper was way cooler.
Always.
that's
Billy was like, all right, we're going to wrap this up.
All right. Yeah,
All
All right.
I
We're going
got
to continue. What is the name of the place we're going after the game?
we went to the Crow's Nest down. It's like on the waterfront where McKeesport Marina was, the Palisade.
Oh,
It's down there. It's in the basement of that area.
sounds about right.
Yeah. Used to be
Yeah.
a garage. It's now like a pretty nice bar. It's not bad.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
fit right on.
Yeah.
I'm looking
Are you
forward
guys
to
going to the
seeing
actual game too, though? Like, will you be at the game?
Is that what everyone's doing? Like, do we go and sit together? Like, or we
I
on
think
the
they were doing
field,
something
or-
in the end zone, Miller said. Like, so like they'll have like a tent and stuff like in the end zone. We'll watch the game from the end zone. They'll have kind of a special area for us and stuff. And then they'll like have us come out at halftime or something. I think.
So I need to buy tickets for that, or is there something that has already come out?
I haven't
You know,
seen anything yet on that. I don't know.
Will they announce our names, or we just come out like as a group? Like
Only if you have like a McKeesport shirt on. So
Yeah, why don't you
Okay.
calm down, dude?
they like,
Ron, I'm coming down to your house then, and I'm getting one of those.
You're in, dude. Maybe.
I'll wear that.
In my
helmet.
truck right now, dude. Like if I see someone else from the port that was on, on that team, I might have to give it to them if they're an XL or whatever size I have in my truck. But at the same
No.
time, you can call your first cousin, Jenny, her husband,
Shout out Jenny.
all kind of shirts.
Jen Brown.
All right, cool. I'll get one. Definitely
Okay.
will.
But I have one for you, maybe.
And thank you for that. But we should have, and again, Justin and Bill, thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah,
I
it's
loved
hysterical.
watching the other podcasts.
Can we come on every week now? Can we just be a part of the whole thing? Can you just make it like a big blob now? Like the next
get as
week
many
have
people
on?
in each week. Just
Yeah,
everybody
it's
in it.
us
Let's
two
keep
and
adding
whoever
it.
else. Yeah. Yeah.
We should have one.
Sometimes, if you on YouTube and you subscribe, it would just pop up on your YouTube.
That's true.
Yeah. Because
So
I
that's like-
totally have time to sit still and watch stuff. Yeah.
Right.
That's all me.
Hour-long episodes of this talking months.
Right.
Right.
I'm in.
Can't wait to
too.
see
All
you
right.
guys, man.
I know.
Yeah, man. A couple weeks, we'll get to hang out.
Yeah, we'll have some fun for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All
And
right.
I'll see Jack's Friday morning.
Dude, seriously, text me. I'm in.
I'll
I
text
can't
you.
hang.
That's what, next Friday, right?
Yeah. 2 Fridays, I think.
Yeah.
2 Fridays.
The 4th. Yeah.
Not this Friday coming, but the following, right?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Let's go then.
We'll be there.
We'll slide right into that game. Crippled. It'll be great.
Yes. Exactly.
Oh, God, I can't wait to see
Well,
that.
if we're doing that, we're getting a car service or something. Like, or we're just going to be like, we need to find some like standby Uber person that's going to make it happen for us.
Well,
I
we
can't wait to see
Oh,
you
you're on
two
the
roll
NHT,
in.
dude. I got to come back into the city. We'll figure it out. I'm in.
All
I'm in.
right. Sounds good.
All right, y'all.
Our boys. Here's the.
Yeah,
Right.
man.
Good work.
Thanks, guys.
Is that-
Cheers.
All right.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.